Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. It's May the 13th, 2024. It's time to get with the program. So turn around on that bed and put your feet on the floor. Get your robe and your slippers, honey, and get in that kitchen and get you something to drink hot. I like it. Black Rifle coffee. So get you the Java of your choice or whatever it is, hot tea, a cold Mountain Dew, whatever it is, and join us here. Get your Bible and join us here this morning in Proverbs chapter 13. Proverbs chapter 13. Y'all come and be with us and join us. Let's see who's already up and at 'em. Miss Mary and Darryl. Look at the mayor. And Tyler, Jim, Michael Nix. What's up, Michael? Clarence, Willie Williams. Chris Miller, Brandy. Good morning to you, Brandy. Desiree, Sonny B. Brenda, Kim, Diane, Julie. Hey, Julie. Diane White, good morning to you. Nick, my man Nick, what's going on up there in Hoosierville, Nick? Miss Mary, Robin Odell, good morning to you. Tess, how you doing? Y'all, it's raining down here. It'd be a muddy mess if you're fooling with horses down here today. Big Al, buddy, good to see you yesterday, buddy. Miss Faye and Jim Pennington. Tell Elaine that we're going to get with her, but it's probably, we're going to try to do the baptism if it works out. Hey, Elaine. Hey, Wade. On June the 9th. Which, by the way, hey, Danny. We had 17 people yesterday that wanted to be baptized either the first or the second time. Most of them because they'd only been sprinkled and they wanted to follow the Lord more closely in a Bible baptism by immersion to paint a picture to the world and to the spirit, the heavens of the gospel, the death, the burial, and the resurrection of Christ. We had a couple of them that were baptized for the first time. We baptized 5 yesterday after church. We have a list of 12 right now to be baptized in the next couple of weeks. So, and we're going to do that live. We've never done that live before in the sanctuary. I've got an idea about how we're going to do it, and I'm excited about it. So bring your clothes. Put you a spare set of clothes in a bag in your vehicle all the time and stick them under the back seat and just be ready at any time. As a matter of fact, it wouldn't hurt any of us to have an extra set of clothes in the vehicle because anything could happen, anything and everything. Some good, some not so good, to have an extra set of clothes in the vehicle. So you just load them up, and when we put the flag down, you be ready to go. Maybe throw a towel in there, but we're going to have some towels. We're going to work on getting some baptism T-shirts. We're going to give everyone in the future a T-shirt to be able to put on after they're baptized that says, I was baptized, with a smiley emoji. And so we're really excited about that. And 17 people yesterday. You talking about the Spirit of God moving on people to want to do things the right way. I had a 5-year-old yesterday that we baptized who came to her, had been talking to her mother and father for a couple of weeks, her mama said, about wanting to get baptized. And yesterday, instead of going to the children's church, she told her mother, I want to go to the big church. I want to sit in there. And so yesterday we preached on baptism, and that little girl understood every word of it. And she told her mom and daddy then, I want to be baptized. 5 years old, buddy. We put her under, and God did the work. We had another little girl. She's scheduled again for the next one that we're hoping to do on the 9th of June. And she was about 8 or 9 years old. And she says, I want to be baptized. So, man, I love to see these youngsters, the Spirit of God. They are the ones that are initiating it. They are the ones that are going to their parents and saying, I want to be baptized. And so I don't even care. I mean, of course, we go over the information with them and so forth about what they're doing and what it means and so forth. But I'm never going to stand in the way of a child that wants to be baptized. That ain't nothing but God. And even if it's just their own idea, getting baptized ain't going to hurt them. Amen. It's the thing of God. It's like saying, I want to come to the big service. Come on, babe. Come on with it. So I'm excited about that. Thank y'all so much for allowing me to expand on that just a little bit. If you have your Bible now, we're going to Proverbs 13. Let's toast to the Morning Word crowd. God bless y'all. God bless America. All right. A shout out to our school teachers. It's almost time, baby. This is your last full week. And so hopefully y'all have a great day, great week this week. Try to keep them hemmed up. They're feeling it. And to all of our police officers, our military personnel, thank y'all for what you do and your sacrifices made. God bless you. And pray for Israel and the peace of Jerusalem. Proverbs chapter 13. Try to read a Proverbs, not always, but I try to read a Proverbs every day. And today I was reading and I got hung up on a verse, and I just decided to camp out there a while and make it a morning word. And it's in Proverbs chapter 13, and it's in verse 19. Verse 19. Here's how it reads. A desire accomplished is sweet to the soul, but it is an abomination to fools to depart from evil. Now, when you look at that on its surface, at the surface level, it doesn't seem like that both of those statements in any way match. Let's read it again. A desire accomplished is sweet to the soul, but it is an abomination to fools to depart from evil. So there's a connection there. One's positive, one's negative. So how do we connect them? And what exactly does it mean? Well, today's morning word is this. Shortcuts never satisfy. I should have put long term, but it was too wordy. But that's what it means. Shortcuts never satisfy long term. You see, God in the beginning, in the book of Genesis, even before man's sin, gave to him a task to do, a work to perform. He told man to take dominion over the earth and over the garden, care for it. We were garden keepers. Initially, we had a task to do, meaning that every day there was something to get up to do. There was a purpose for life, and God was saying, you take care of the garden, and me, through the garden, will take care of you. Okay? You take care of the garden, and I will, through the garden, take care of you. Tend it, and I'll tend to you. You tend to my business, and I'll tend to your business. So he gave man a task. Now, when Adam sinned, that task became much more difficult with regards to how the earth would respond. Instead of flourishing and giving an overabundance, it was going to be an arduous task, fighting the elements, fighting the broken weather patterns now, and trying to eke out a living from the ground. Nevertheless, we see that God instilled a work ethic. Okay, God gave us a work to do, which means that He initiated a work ethic. All right. And then He said, this will be satisfying to you. It's not just going to serve your need, but it's going to be satisfying to your soul. Let me tell you why poor people and unemployed people are so disheartened, disillusioned, disappointed, and absolutely outright angry, and consequently looking for any and every attitude to release that anger and to fault find. It's because their life is not fulfilling. You see, when a man is not working on something, when he's not trying to accomplish a task, he's missing out on his God creative purpose. You can't sit on the porch all day fooling with your phone, wanting something for nothing, and have a satisfying life. Those are the most miserable people in the world. The people that are sitting on the porches all day long doing nothing. They're mad and they're disappointed. They're disappointed and mad, but their life is miserable. It's not satisfying. They don't go to bed looking forward to getting up in the morning and having anything to do. What are you going to do? Watch I Love Lucy reruns? There's nothing to do. And the people that they know and their closest friends have nothing to do. It's an unemployed, unsatisfied, difficult to live with because they don't like themselves, they're miserable situation. And yet here we are today in America trying to promote living in a way that we can make all the money we can get and then sit on our can and do nothing. Our aspiration is to retire at 45 and do what? It says a desire accomplished is sweet to the soul. We need to have, I'm not talking about working necessarily for monetary pay, but we need to have projects. We need to have goals. We need to have purpose. When I get up in the morning, I have things to do, people to see, things to accomplish, always trying to learn, trying to better myself, trying to better yourself, learn new things, do new things. Matter of fact, God's been on me when I was thinking about this. He's been on me for some time, and I'm talking about probably a couple of years. And I am confessing to you, I've got to get with the program. I need to learn another language. I need to learn Spanish. It should be self-evident, right? I need to learn Spanish. I can share the gospel. I can communicate with a lot of people that are around me. I can encourage with that. I can keep from being, taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying? No habla inglés. Yeah, well, I habla el español, see? So I need to be able to know what's going on. The other thing is it stimulates my mind. So I need to have a project. I need to have something that I'm working on that's going to benefit me and possibly benefit others. So I'm going to, I don't know if it's going to be through Babbel or whatever it is, but I'm going to learn Spanish to the level that I can communicate kind of on a daily basis with regards to, I may not be able to conjugate verbs and get it just exactly right, but I'll be able to tell you that you got my parking spot, or it's okay for you to go, or you owe me 75 cents, or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? I need to be able to communicate that way. Well, like, where's the airport? So those are things. Now listen, here's why the world won't do that. Okay, because look at what it says, the negative. But it is an abomination to fools to depart from evil. The world and its system, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and pride of life, promises that you can have self-satisfying goals and desires met by taking the shortcut. See, if you read the rest of Proverbs, it says, the diligent hand makes one rich. Okay? And that diligence leads to riches. Okay? Work over time. Control your spending, work, save, so forth. You get the deal, or you get the idea. Well, the world promises a shortcut. You don't need to get married. You can just have a little side gig going, okay? You don't need a job. You just need a side hustle. You don't need to work 40 years. You can work 40 days selling this, nobody knows, and make enough money. You know, it's always a shortcut. You don't need to go to school. You just need to have some connections. So the world is always promising what you can get now with a shortcut. But it doesn't, at the end of the day, it doesn't bring satisfaction to the soul. Because the man who takes the shortcut, or the woman who takes the shortcut, knows it was a shortcut. And they know that they didn't pay the price. You see, here's what I wrote this down in the margin of my Bible this morning. A God-given desire is accomplished is sweet to the soul because it has required of that individual self-denial, self-sacrifice, and self-discipline. Self-denial, self-sacrifice, and self-discipline. Those things are required across the board if you're going to live a satisfactory life. Because the opposite of that is self-worship, it's the sacrifice of others, and it's the lack of discipline. That's a train wreck waiting to happen. It's not satisfying because you're not created to do that. It's not satisfying because someone else did it. And you know it, okay? So there's something in the process, as Coach Saban used to tell the team. There's something about the process of getting to the championship that is as satisfying as the trophy itself. And that is you can turn around and look and see where you made the sacrifices and you paid the price and nobody gave it to you. They didn't just hand you the trophy. They didn't just hire you because of your skin color. They didn't just DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, meaning that you go from the back of the line to the front of the line because the people at the front of the line don't deserve to be at the front of the line. Malarkey. You work your way to the top. You don't need anybody to give you anything except a chance. And then you have to take the chance, and I have to take the chance, and we have to take the opportunity, and we have to self-deny. That is, hey, cowboy, if you want to get from here to there, it can't be your way because that's the shortcut. You got to self-sacrifice, meaning that I can't continue doing what I'm doing and get to where I want to go. And to be able to self-sacrifice, I've got to have some self-discipline. I've got to do it every day for days and weeks and months and years, so that when you get to the end of your life or to the end of your goal and you walk across the stage, you did it. So that when you stand up at the altar, you did it. So that when you get promoted, you did it. And there's something satisfying in it. It means more the certificate or the trophy or the ring or the money or the promotion. What you did and what you became and what you experienced getting there is sweeter than the trophy. Okay? I listened to a girl the other day, and she said, in getting to where she was, she said, all my friends got to sleep till 6:30 in the morning on school days. She said, I was swimming from 4:30 in the morning to 6:30 in the morning for 2 hours. Then I got out of the pool when they were getting out of the bed, and we got ready to go to school, and I went to school from the pool, and they went to school from the bed. And then we worked all day at school, and then when they went home and they rode the bus and they got in the car and they went home to do whatever it is, she said, I went back to the pool and swam 2 more hours that day, so that she was swimming in the pool 4 hours a day. And she said, I did that all day long, all through the school year. And then when summertime came and everybody took their vacations, I went to the pool. And when everybody else was stopping at the 7-Eleven to get a ghee dunk, a honey bun, a cold drink, I was eating right. I was eating right. I was taking my protein. I was exercising. I was stretching. I was going to the massage therapist. I was making the sacrifices. I was paying the price. Oh, I know who was telling this. I think it was Rowdy Gaines. Not Rowdy Gaines. The other Gaines girl. And so she says, I paid the sacrifice. When everybody was doing what they wanted to do, when they wanted to do it, I was paying the sacrifice. And she said, and I went to the level. She got a D1 scholarship, an Olympian. She said, I went to the highest level of swimming. And she said, and they didn't hand that to me. She was talking about how the transgenders are coming in there. She's an advocate now for women's sport. She said, they had a guy who wasn't worth a flip swimming against guys, but he got in the pool with women, and they just started handing him the trophies that I worked for. And she said it all came crashing down when she went to the dressing room and they let these transgender men wearing women's bathing suits, racing bathing suits, okay? And then she said, and at the same time, they had women who had surgery. I know I'm off on a tangent here, but stay with me, that were wearing men's bathing suits. It was crazy. So she became an advocate. But my point was this. She went through this litany in this podcast, and she said, I paid the price for this. This is what I worked for. And it was satisfying to her. And that's what it is. Listen, guys, my pawpaw used to say it this way, and you've heard it. And this is what the Bible's saying. You don't get something for nothing. And anything worth having is worth working for. And when you put in the time and the effort, and you have goals, short-term, long-term goals, and you reach those goals, whatever it is, to be able to hit 10 free throws in a row, to be able to drive the golf ball 300 yards consistently down the middle, whatever those little short-term goals are, they become long-term goals, which becomes a fulfilling life. It's going to take some sacrifice and everything, but when you get to the end, it was a life well lived. When you get to the end, it was a life well lived. We say it this way: be where your feet are, because the process of working through tasks, problem solving, setting goals and achieving them, that's what life is about. That's what life is. It's not just, yes, the prize is great, but the process is what gives it satisfaction. When you go buy your own car and you paid for it, it means a heck of a lot more to you than if somebody just flips you the keys to something. Oh yeah, you're happy and giddy, but somebody else's labor and work and sweat and sacrifice went into that. I'm gonna say it again. The wicked man will not depart from evil. He's trying to find a shortcut because he doesn't want to self-deny, self-sacrifice, and self-discipline in order to fulfill his desires. And that's why it'll never be sweet to his soul. We'll see you tomorrow, good Lord willing, and the saints don't rise.